time to play today, so I didn't get much ranks, but we can get some now. So while I was playing, I got some greens, but not that many. I got this one, which, if only it had some damage and maybe some cooldown built in. So I will switch to, let's see, which set do I want to play with? Do I want to play a bit with the Blaze set and test some things with that? Maybe I can try it. Maybe I can try and play a bit with the Blaze set. So Radiator, mechanical hits, definitely. We'll see how it goes. For now, I want to check the god skills if they're the way I wanted them to be. So let's get this crit and this. Let's get this crit and this. For those 5 points, probably gonna grab that damage reduction. That damage reduction here, and then maybe the cooldown reduction. So let's test it. What's the difficulty? Chaos 9. Let's check. Sink or swim, but first, we need to get my weapon and accessories. Alright, this one probably. And just a quick blessing of... Can't bless everything, but maybe I can just transfer some stuff and bless the remaining 2 items. Just gonna convert blue blessing thingies into red. So yeah, today we will be experimenting with the blaze stuff. Good thing about this is the build wouldn't need that much cooldown reduction, but cooldown reduction is always nice, because no matter how I look at it, I still would rather have more cooldown on the turrets and the god skills. So let's see what we can do with this. Okay, it's not anything too fancy, but I still haven't built the damage. It's nice though, it's nice. The damage is nice. The chainsaw damage. It is going up to 1-2 million when they're inside the circle. It's a bit slow because it's not AoE. But the flamethrower is nice as well, so it works fine as a synergy. I mean, I really need to include this into the setup, but including this gets me rid of a lot of points. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 points. If I sacrifice crits on this side to get that one there, it probably will work. I'm trying to get as much survivability and damage as I can at the same time. Because the last time I tried it with without all the survivability I can get, it was kind of not as good. See, now I can survive, but something's wrong with the damage. It's probably because I'm not keeping the duelist chain reaction up as much as needed. But at least it's surviving. It's surviving. The real test would be on a boss. So this is version 1. I will be doing multiple versions of this today. I already tested a lot with the turret the past couple of days, so today I will be testing mostly with the blaze set, but also a little bit with the turret set as well. Come on, come on. It's a bit slow. Oh wow. Okay, let's keep moving. And I'm kind of slowed down. I love the fact that the turrets can give me extra damage reduction when I'm near them, and that I've got fire turrets to go along with this setup. Wondering how it would go if I were to remove some of the damage reduction from my rings. I will be testing each run. I will be using some slightly different version of the setup. Just wanna find the perfect balance between damage and damage reduction. Oh wow. Let's see, moving on. What am I missing, by the way? I'm only missing the blaze armor to get a full green set for this one. Just not liking how little AoE this is if I'm not using the flamethrower, if I focus on the chainsaw. I still prefer the hammer over this, but I need to keep testing to see, because this one has the potential to be the highest damage. But when it's kind of a glass cannon. And I don't want to rely on a wife leeching to be my only source of survivability, because a huge hit could still one-shot me on the higher difficulties. Come on. Okay, let's keep moving. If only Forge Bot was working. If only Forge Bot was working, it would have been the best pistol for... Oh, it's the best pistol for so many builds, I guess. But with this build, it's even better, because you would be able to build those Forge Bot stacks much faster. Let me test something. If I equip it now, maybe they fixed it today without me noticing. Let's see. No, I don't think so. Yeah, it doesn't seem like it's fixed. See, without the corroder, just doesn't work right now. I mean, it still does damage, but it does not do the bonus damage. So it's like using the corroder, but without the circle at all times. Rather still have that extra damage every now and then when they're inside the circle. There is no attack speed modifier in this game, so you can't make that one go faster. So far this boss is getting wrecked. But a bit slow, much slower than the other melee build with the melee physical set. But that's again me playing the more survivability version of the set rather than the maxed out damage version of it. Okay, so after this map I'm changing the god skills and the skills, etc. Probably I'm gonna keep the skills, I'm just gonna change the god skills next. So let's keep the changes one at a time to be easier to tell the difference for each change I make. Right, next, as I said, we are switching things on the God Skills tree. I will keep this, but maybe not take this one. And then I want to take this. Now I've got some options here. Do I want some cooldown or do I want more crits? So with this one, I'm getting 130. I can get this 30% here. I can get this 70% here. Let's do it like that and see how that would work for me. Although this overheating grants a damage bonus is tempting. So I'm sacrificing a lot of damage reduction now with this. Already lost 40% from different places, but I can get 20% from this and maybe it could work. I could even get the healing if I downgrade this. Or if I use that one instead of the mobility skill. But mobility is so nice, I'd rather not lose it, so... maybe I can get the permanent 10% damage reduction instead of the switching one. Oh, and mind you, I was not using those things here. So yeah, this explains some of the problems I've been having before. But let's see, maybe this would work without that much damage reduction. I still wanna find the bare minimum damage reduction needed to survive. Okay, this for now works okay. Wait, wasn't this supposed to remove the explosion? Or was it this thing that removes the explosion? Explosion deals more damage. There was one, I think, that removes that explosion. Overheating level won't cause an explosion. And this one. Yeah, I need the overheating won't cause an explosion. I don't want this, I want this. So that I can keep that up at all times. That leaves me with some more points. Maybe try with this one. Just want to try some different things while I can. Let's see. So this keeps my overheat at the max. Yeah, if only Forge Blood was working, it would have been so much easier to kill those. And I gotta remember to keep spamming turrets for the crit damage. So the real test would be on the boss. There's also one more thing I wanna test. Since I downgraded this and got some points. But if I remove this and use this and then use this. For some more AoE. That's just all I think we might need for mobbing, a bit more AoE. Wait, what is this? I've got some weird status effect on me. Camry's magic erodes armor. Oh, okay, 10% damage taken. Those knockbacks. But yeah, it works fine. The survivability right now works fine. So what if I replace this with this? Wow, did those explode in my face? Yeah. Let's see if I use heavy pounding there for that slot.
By the fire of the forge.
So there's many ways to play it, I guess, as from my left click and from my right click. There's many ways what to take there. But anything that would do AoE is fine, as long as we have something for mobbing. Okay, do some damage. I wanna see how much damage I can squeeze from heavy pounding with this setup. But is my cooldown increased here? Doesn't seem like it, so why is my cooldown so big on this skill? Come on. Yeah, I would need a little bit more cooldown. Wondering if a mountain pendant won't be better to use than the bloodstone. Where did my mountain pendant go? I just need to be spamming my turrets, and without enough cooldown reduction it just won't work. Another thing I'm gonna try is removing this and using the siege breaker ring, just to see how it works. Of course I'm gonna need to be picking up the orbs to get more out of this siege breaker. And I want to do something here. I want to max this one out because this is not a cooldown based setup. So yeah, it's nice to have extra bonus damage reduction and damage, but I'd rather focus on the other one. Something like this, because this one would be more important and this one would be proccing more often with this setup, because I don't have that many cooldown skills. I can't spam the turrets as much as I want. So I'd rather rely on maxed out 30% damage reduction from that one, from the crushing. And I wanna see with the max crit from the other day, the 410% crit damage, if I can survive with that one. Ah! Yeah, sometimes you don't need that damage reduction. It doesn't matter how much wife steel you've got, if you don't have the damage reduction, you're toasted. Seriously? Seriously? How? And from what? What does so much damage to me? Is it the corruption marks? Sandstorms? What is it? Something keeps doing a ton of damage to me every now and then. I'm not even sure what's doing that much damage to me right now. Is it because I switched this to be proccing more than this, and this applies to any enemy? This only applies to the enemies I'm hitting, and I'm not doing as much AoE. Probably that's the reason. Let's do it like this then. Okay, this seems a bit better. Yeah, this seems a bit better. Let's go for the boss then. Yeah, squishy build. Excavation is just so damn squishy. Alright, let's equip that ring again. This will take a while. I'm gonna have to go and build my stacks for damage reduction. Yeah, I'd rather have less damage but at least survive, so granite ring it is. I could replace the Gromrio, by the way. I could replace the Gromrio, because I'm not getting that Gromrio all the time anyways. And damn, all the stacks I've been building now gone. Come on, come on. $59 stacks, 61 stacks, just a little bit more and I'm gonna be ready for the boss. Alright, it's not 100 stacks but it's something. Yeah, I'm not liking this as much as I like the other melee setup. Wife Steel just doesn't help against big hits. It can help against the easy enemies, but as soon as you take it to a higher difficulty, if you don't have damage reduction, it's not gonna do much. Getting killed. Pretty disappointing when it comes to this. And that's not even the glass cannon version. Imagine if I was with the glass cannon version of that. Even the blade storms, the sandstorms would be killing me. And look at this boss, he has no cooldowns. He's just spamming the same skill immediately after using it. This is one of the things I noticed today. This boss has no cooldowns at all whatsoever. He can keep spamming the same skill. Once he was spamming over and over and over the side attack with the tail that makes multiple traveling waves. Then he was spamming the other one that he was just spamming now. So a boss without cooldowns. Alright, let's keep moving now. Was that an exploding beetle? I think it was an exploding scarab. One of those. Again exploding. Yeah, not liking this at all. Not liking this excavation based building at all. It's just too squishy, and you're not mobile. You're stuck in place for so long in the same place. The mobility is at 0 when you're using excavation to do damage. You have to be, I don't know. I mean, I keep trying with more damage and it just doesn't work. What if I go back to my move mountain setup? Maybe get more HP. Maybe like this. Where did the... Oh yeah, I need the turret damage reduction. Without the turret damage reduction, we're just too squishy. Just doesn't work. Let's do it again. Oh no, don't give me increased cooldowns. permanently reduced HP. Let's see if I can keep it up without using potions. Okay. Good test would be here if I can survive standing inside the poison of the screamer with all the damage reduction I'm stacking. Just building those damage reduction stacks from the poison fields. Okay. Liking how my overheat doesn't go down, which means while I've got the overheat up, I've got that 20% damage reduction from it, since it doesn't explode to do more damage. And that's why I have my right click, the more grim. While I've got this, I have this 20% up. I will also be testing the other one with my melee set, but that means I'm gonna have to change my melee set for counter-attack damage. Or maybe I can test it without changing my melee set for counter-attack damage to see how it would work. So I can go next on the melee set to test the other build with excavation that I had in mind, the physical instead of fire one. Physical counter-attack based excavation. It may not even have to be excavation, as long as it's a physical skill, I guess, with the melee set. But with excavation it's nice, because it can keep up building the stacks and healing. But still, this set, this build whacks AoEs, so it could melt bosses, but without some AoEs. Thankfully the turrets do help a little bit against that. Oh, healer. Let's kill it. Wondering how much defense I can get when I'm stacking everything. Only 14 million? That's not right. That's not right. I've got this god skill, I've got this god skill, I've got damage reduction from the turret, I've got damage reduction from this one. Oh, but this just reduces the damage enemies do. Yeah, so that's invisible damage reduction, as I like to call it, because yeah, it just, you can't see that. on the stats window. But this 20% invisible damage reduction, so I've got 20, then up to 40, then another 20, that's 80. And this one, 90. And with this one, in the invisible one, it should be 130%. Still could be a bit better, but this is only 14 million defense I'm using right now. 40 million defense, but with that other invisible 20% damage reduction. So this is the test I wanted to do. Testing if I can survive standing in the poison. Obviously I couldn't, so I needed to run away. I just can't out-heal that poison with the Wife Leech. Could get less damage and more damage reduction, but then the damage would be so bad. Oh shit, I shouldn't be using my potions. I forgot my HP permanently decreases on this map when I do. Well, let's die to reset my HP back to its rightful place. Fuck, I was pressing number 5 instead of number 4, and no wonder this didn't go off until I realized it. Fuck. Yeah, whenever I try playing with this set, it just, I don't know, I'm not a big fan of having to play with excavation to get damage. Lace Sabatons, at least it gave me a green. I need the chest piece for this set. I've already gotten the boots, but maybe it's boots with movement speed, because those don't give me. 12 movement speed bonus, yes, this seems like a nice one. But look at how much armor I'm losing, 828 armor. This is just too big of a loss to make me take it, even with that movement speed. Cause look at my armor right now, 27,000, so 800 is a big part of that. And that's without the percent armor. I'm getting 12% armor. So 800 with the 12%, 800 something, that's gonna be close to 950, 60 probably. But yeah, this is the toughest set to make a build around that can survive along with doing damage. It's easy to make build that can do a ton of damage but not survive, and it's easy to make the other way around. But for this build I want to get that balance for this set, for the Blaze set. I mean, what I've got right now seems to be kind of balanced, but you can still see me dying every now and then. So, I mean, there's more to get out of it. I want to squeeze more survivability somehow without losing damage. If you're picking up here Bloodlust Globes, I can remove the Siege Breaker and get the Gromreel. But that's that's something that needs to be reworked from the developers. They need to rework those rings again, because they made them to require picking up Bloodlust Orbs, but they didn't make the pickup radius increased. And this is just a big no-no for me. Making something like this and not allowing players to have an increased pickup radius of those things. You can't make some stats dependent on picking those and then not allow the player to kind of sacrifice something to get pickup radius. Do I want to waste time on this screener again? It's not letting me use my fucking turret. Okay, I'm gonna pull him here, because over there the turret just doesn't want to get deployed. If I can't deploy the turrets, I'm losing up to 400% crit damage. And 20% damage reduction. Where is the healer? I can't see it. Am I blind, or is the healer hiding somewhere? Come on, come on. Look at him running all the time. So let's see what's here. Still, the build is kind of slow. I mean, any build with excavation would be a slow build. You just don't have the mobility to make this a fast one. Even with this one that gives me movement speed. So there's the option to go all in on the damage like I did a few days ago, but then I'm gonna be dying so much. But I will test it. I will test an all in on the damage from God skills and sacrificing the survivability to see this one next. With the 410% crit damage passives. Fuck. I wish I could stop this. See, that's another thing they haven't allowed us to cancel those transformations when we want to. I can't stop in the middle of it, I have to kind of wait for it to end before I can stop it. I'm wondering if this would be strong if I build it for damage over time. Come on. Kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it. Die. This one, such a long map. But yeah, I can tell you one thing. This set is the least fun one to play for me. From all the sets that Keela's got. Playing, or at least not this set, but this build for this set. Like excavation builds, they seem like super boring to play. Being tied to extremely close range, not even mid-range or using AoE melee attacks that can kind of hit even if you're not right next to the target. Let's see if I can survive the boss fight though. So far my favorite build is the regular melee one. Okay, let's see this guy posting the bot guy. Just a second, need to remove the message. That botnet, man, that botnet. Let's see, new stuff to block. Oops, my bad. So just a second, need to add some stuff to the filtering. Just adding stuff to the filter. Okay, I've added some new stuff to the filtering. Hopefully, they're clever. Every time they're using something that looks like an O, but it's an O from a different alphabet, so it's not code by the filtering. I might as well add some of that filtering to my Twitch as well. But for now, hopefully that gets code. Alright, I think that's it for the filtering. I'm not sure why they're even bothering spamming small streamers. I mean, what's the point of spamming small streamers when you're not gonna get much people seeing that advertisement? And the only people that really would need that advertisement would be the streamers. And it's not like I'm gonna go and buy some follows. It just beats the whole purpose of grinding and building your community. Fake follows, you don't want follows, and the same way goes for follow. This is one of the biggest bullshits small streamers can do. It's not gonna give you real community, real viewers that interact and participate. and are part of the community you're building. I need to let them kill me because I've only got 95,000 HP now from drinking potions. See, this is just kind of an annoying map modifier. It's not the worst, it's not like permanently reducing armor, but it is annoying. But it really is beyond me why those bots would even want to advertise their scamming websites in my channel. Right, at least now I'm gonna have more HP. Okay, this works. This works. Okay, nice. Fiery Ring of Tori, oh that's a good drop. Please be a good one. Like my old one wasn't that bad, but I could use a better. Oh shit, that's not a good one. I mean it has flat damage, that's good, but no crit chance. The other one at least has crit chance and armor piercing. Yo Gawain, nice to see you again. How have you been? How's playing Keela going for you so far? I've been testing some blaze set setups, but really the survivability with the blaze set is shit. Complete and utter shit is the survivability with the blaze set. Let's go all in on the damage. As I said, I wanna just check a full max damage setup just to see how far I can take it with the survivability and if I go all in on the damage with the 410 crit damage, let's see if I can survive. My guess is I'm not gonna survive at all. Level 2 and 3, you mean the one that it doesn't... where it says overheating won't cause an explosion, right? Because it doesn't appear here. Oh no, actually it does appear here. Overheating won't cause an explosion appears in level 3, but on level 2 overheating is supposed to explode. So in Superior Morgrim it's supposed to be exploding. It's for an explosion based setup, I guess. It's if you want to be triggering those explosions. And it's kind of meant to be used with an explosion build. So I think Morgrim's Might 1 is the best to use on a fire build. On a physical build, Morgrim 3. I mean, this one would give you extra fire damage, yeah, but This is nice. This is 30%, but it doesn't explode. So you're constantly getting this 20% damage reduction. Oh, you mean the damage doesn't apply? Okay, that's interesting. Let me check it. Oh, do you know why the damage doesn't apply? Because it's only to fire skills. So the damage would not apply here in the tooltip. Let me try and check it myself. I'm gonna quickly use it. Yeah, there might be an issue with it. There might be an issue with it. It's supposed to increase the damage of fire skills, and you see this is the same damage. Which one? This is fire, 25. Yep. And yesterday I noticed the other one, the one that increases the physical damage. What about this one? See, this one applies because this damage gets increased, because it's all damage. I mean, there's a lot of broken stuff for Keela. I can't say I wasn't expecting this to be the case. I was expecting it to be a bit less broken stuff, but... which makes me wonder whether some of the other stuff works. Some of the other fire damage, like this one, extra fire damage based on overheating level, would that work? I'm gonna have to check.
Burn by the fire of the forge.
Fire damage is increased and overheating increases this damage even more. So does this work properly as well? It makes me wonder. Because look at that, 94 overheating level, and I've got 16%, 16,000. And that is 11,000. 20,000, 20,000, 20,000. So this doesn't increase much. See, this is my limit. The limit I can get is 20,000 damage on this skill. And did you just see that? It went from 20 to 11,000. This is so broken that it's funny. So broken that it's funny. So right now, I lost this thing. I was this passive. Gelatinous pitch. I've lost it, and I lost the upgraded radiator. And the mechanical hits. So if I do it again, now this is still 11,000 damage. So basically you have to keep that under 80 stacks, I think. Cause look at that, now we're going for 20,000 damage. Oh, my stream is lagging for you? That's strange. Is it? It's probably again a restream most likely, but did you see this? This is so broken. Sometimes it's 11,000, sometimes it's 20, and it should be increasing the damage based on overheat level. So now we're at 48 stacks and it's 11,000. Now we're at 56 stacks, it's 11,000. The mechanical hits. I mean, I still see a bit more damage with those passives, so I'm not sure exactly what could be happening there. But alright, let's add another skill into the mix. I'm not even sure what other skill to add. So I'm testing the full damage setup now. Let's see if I can survive. I think the turret built on Keela also has a lot of damage.
By the fire of the forge.
Pretty squishy with this one, super squishy. And you need to be dodging, you need to be standing away from danger. With enough damage reduction you don't really need that much healing with the turrets, because you can use other skills to heal yourself. And you can see the fire turret does seem to heal, I think, because it's either that fire turret is healing me or something else, but I'm just using turrets. So right now all I'm doing is using turrets, but I'm still getting healed. So is it the turret or is it something else? I was just testing it, running away from the enemies to see. Or is that just health regeneration, the 300 something? Let's see if I stop using skills. I'm gonna wait for the turrets to run out. Ushiwo. Okay, Gwent, is that you? I think my servers again for the next stream. Hopefully tomorrow it's better. And I didn't have those issues before. I mean, the max I had was some delays, but at least it wasn't lagging that much before.
Forged by the gods. Forged by the gods. Forged by the gods.
Come on, come on.
Forged by the gods.
Wow, okay. And just so slow, I mean, the speed of which this build is clearing is amazingly bad.
Forged by the gods.
And now I couldn't escape. I used my explosive rush and it didn't go here, it stopped on the enemy, so it can't go through enemies with this skill. So basically Keela has some of the worst, actually not some, she has the worst escape mechanics ever in the game from all classes. Super high cooldown, skill that doesn't let her go through big enemies. Let's try it again. See, this time I got through the big enemy, but the other time where there were so many around me, it somehow didn't let me. So why would that be? There's probably a limit of how many enemies you can go through with that. See, this is what happens when you don't have survivability. I mean, I'm still gonna complete the map, but it's gonna take for... But it is true, it does do nice damage when you focus an enemy with that chainsaw. But yeah, Gwaine, it's not you that's the problem. I think it's just my stream. It shouldn't be you, because the stream is the same for everyone. So don't restart your laptop, don't restart your browser. It should be the same for everyone. If it's lagging for you, then I don't think anything else would happen to fix it. It's this chest.
Forged by the gods.
If you get them in a funnel, like choke point, you can easily do more damage without needing to dodge, and you can just do them one by one or two by two. But this game doesn't have many things you can use as funnels other than stairways and things like this tunnel here. Even then they can still surround you. I wish the chainsaw wasn't vertical but horizontal. If you had a horizontal, so if she was holding this chainsaw horizontally, she could have been doing some damage.
Forged by the gods.
Come on, die boss, die boss.
Forged by the gods.
Alright, this one's done. Yeah, enough of this. Enough of this. I will now check a counterattack based build for the melee set. Again, probably with this skill, but with physical instead of fire. And we'll strike gauntlets. So another green drop. Let's check if it's a good one. Well, no flat damage yet again. So I'm taking the bare minimum counterattack bonuses. That's 114 counterattack damage bonus. Yeah, it is. Oh, this 1 point, I mean, it doesn't matter where I put it, so might as well get some HP. Which pendant? God skills heal, maybe? So for this I will test without any counterattack damage in items. I need to be using that one here or this one. See, this is and let's take this because there's counterattack damage. So from 41 this would probably go to 43, just 2%. I can use one more skill. Not sure which one would be the best option. Oh, I could use this one. I've been asking in the Discord why the hell putting 6 damage blessings gives me less than linked green plus red. Regardless whether it's 3 green, 3 red or 4 red or 2 red. It's just weird having 6 red blessings should be giving more damage. I guess because of the link gems, it's giving more. But there's no way to link 6 of the same type, so that's even worse. Something they probably have some logic behind it, but it's beyond me what that logic is.
Run through the veins!
So the damage is not as much as the other one, but I think if that's not broken, I don't know what isn't. Okay, let's try this one. 74. Well, that's terrible. That's just super bad. Even with the missile launcher, I'm probably gonna be draining more. Yeah, with the missile launcher, I'm draining much more. What do you mean the earlier health drain seemed way too high? Well, earlier it was
Molten metal! Run through your veins!
it's not 10 times per second though. It was not 10 times per second, but still, if one is healing for a watt, the other should heal for a watt. I'm not asking for overpowered healing, I'm asking for healing that would just keep me afloat. Because regardless how much you're healing for, if you don't have damage reduction, you're still gonna get one shot. See, this one is healing me for 2400. It's actually healing me for more than the other one if I keep spamming it. And the difference in the damage, this is 51 plus 31. This one is 1,500,000. Wow, 1,500,000, that's a lot.
Run through your veins.
This healing still seems broken. I mean, 82 is nowhere near my number here. I at least expect to be seeing this number per hit. Where is it? This number. I'm expecting to see this number per hit, and I'm not. So this doesn't seem right. I wasn't invincible. I can tell you I was not invincible. As soon as my damage reduction drops, I was getting one shot all the time. I was invincible because of this thing combined with this thing, or sometimes just at least one of them. And I had damage reduction 10% from here. It was all about the damage reduction rather than the healings, because you could see when my damage reduction was gone, I couldn't do anything to out heal the damage. So it was not the healing that was saving me, it was the damage reduction. In any case, it does seem a bit too random. Because my skill here had 20,000 damage back then. With the other build here, I had 20,000 damage at best. Most of the times it was 11,000, and it was healing for much more. So, how is that even possible with this one to have had much more? I mean, I can change to this one right now and let's see if it heals for as much. See, it's not healing as much with the same skill. Okay, let's try using the same skill here. Again, it's not working. It's not giving me that much healing anymore. Could it have been the damage over time that I was getting from this set boosting the skill? Maybe the skill is counted as a damage over time skill, not a direct damage skill. Because I'm using almost the same items, the only difference is the set. And the passives are almost the same with a small difference. And this is the difference here. I mean, I'm gonna test it. I'm gonna test this shit and see how it works. If I can get the same result with this set. Just to see if it was the set that was giving me the damage or not. So let's test it with that thing. Okay, now I'm getting that healing. What about now?
By the fire of the forge.
Okay, so I see what was giving me the damage. It was mechanical hits. And it even doesn't have to be the superior one. The mastered one. I think with the superior it might work as well. Because I was not using a fire skill. I tested it with the fire and now without the fire. So it was 82. Look at that. I was using a non-fire skill and I was having that extra damage. So it's weird. This is broken. Mechanical hit seems to be the thing that is broken. And it's not superior, it's the mastered one. Because look at that, I'm not using a fire skill. This is physical damage and bleeding. Maybe it's because of the bleeding, because of the damage over time. Well, I still can't get as high as on the other set. On the other set, actually I did get as high. On the other set I was getting 6 up to 7 million damage with the fire set. But it's not broken, it's supposed to do that much damage. Because if this with 50 times 30 plus the other bonuses, 8 million with the 200%. It's supposed to be high damage. I mean, it is supposed to be high damage. That's why I was making this. I'm just wondering if counterattack based damage would be better. So I'm using this for damage and this is 41%. This by itself is a huge boost of damage. But this 25 seems to be kind of I know what's broken. I know this extra damage to fire is broken. This extra fire damage based on overheating level, this is the thing that is broken. Because you get it even with non-fire skills. You can see I'm using non-fire skills. That's without my turret. Let me put the turret into the mix just to see how much I can get that to proc for. Need to keep the turret up. I want to check the damage on someone in the circle. Still not doing any more damage with the other skill. Which is weird. I'm not doing any more damage with the pounding than I do on the other build. 15 million was my hit before, when I've got the 4 turrets up. Let's see, 4 turrets, 13, 12, yeah. So that's within the regular numbers, but look at that, 10 fucking million. This is all because of the counterattack bonus damage. stacking with the other thing. It adds fire damage. It adds fire damage regardless whether you're using a fire skill. And this is why it's strong. I don't think it's broken though. I think it's supposed to be adding fire damage. But it doesn't add fire damage to every skill. You can see this skill doesn't get the fire damage, the heavy pounding. So it's not adding fire damage to every melee attack. Let's see. I wanna test this on Chaos 10 just to see how much damage we can do there. I'm probably gonna get one shot and stomped there, but I wanna test it. But before that, I wanna get more counterattack damage maybe. Wonder if it's gonna work on the basic excavation too. Okay, let's use the extra counterattack damage just to see if I can get higher numbers. And try again. So at the moment my counterattack is 20,000 counterattack. Just quickly wanna change to Chaos 10 to see how it goes. Maybe let's try this. Just I'm not gonna even complete the map if it's difficult. Just wanna see how much damage they can do to me, if they can one-shot me too easily. Let's change it to this just to see how that would be. Hi there, Darik884. Hi Tobias. Welcome to the Struck Club. Nice to see you. Okay, this is interesting. The damage didn't change much by downgrading the skill. And that's without even using the turrets for extra crit damage. So let's see now with the turrets for the extra crit damage. So it doesn't make big difference whether I'm using basic excavation or superior. Probably this one would make a difference though, because of the 50% armor piercing.
Feel the molten metal run through your veins!
So this is why I like the melee set more than the blade set. With the melee set I've got this extra 25% damage reduction, which I don't have with the blaze set. And with this one I've got this extra damage bonus, which is you can see 40% and then another 21 from the counter attack damage. And I also got that 41% damage from the counter attack here as well. So I'm gonna be testing losing damage and gaining counter attack. Losing damage and gaining counter attack. Yeah, but this is a build centered around using this skill. I've synergized it to be all in favor of using that basic skill. And I'm also using turrets. Keep in mind I'm using the turrets to get 400% crit damage. You can see I'm kind of dying here. If I didn't move, I would have died. Kind of had to get away from there. But the screamers are OP. The screamers are OP. Ah, so close. This guy got me, not the screamer. Come on. So you can see without the damage reduction you're still getting one shot, regardless how much wife leech you've got. It's not gonna save you. So you need damage reduction, otherwise you're toasted.
Metal run through your veins!
And I need to take damage to get the damage reduction. Well, I wasn't stunned much though. I wasn't stunned at the start. I just need those stacks. Those stacks, I need 100 of those. If I don't have 100 of those, that's 40% damage reduction less. And then this one keeps alternating between damage and damage reduction. If they catch me off guard when I have some stuff on me. Or do you mean the first time I died being stunned? The first time I died is, yeah, this enemy, the spinny guy. The spinny guy, he got me. And when I combine the poison with that, so there's a healer somewhere. Okay, I see it. But yeah, this is pretty strong. And it doesn't require the blaze set as I initially thought. It's actually better to play it with this set, because with this set you get 250% damage to melee attacks. 250% to melee attacks. This one only gives you 100 crit damage. So instead of the blaze, as I said, Anvil strike 250%, and that's not crit damage. This is damage, regular fucking damage. So that 250% together with the 200 crit damage, with the 200 damage from this one, that's 450. Then you have this one, that's 550. And then you can add things like this 25 plus the extra fire. Then you can add this 41%, and then sometimes there's 20% from here. So this is why so much damage can be obtained from that set. But the thing that's making it stronger is this extra fire damage. It's not giving us the number, but my guess is it's giving a nice amount of flat fire damage. And this flat fire damage gets multiplied by my bonus damage, and that makes it super strong, I guess. No, Screamer, fucking poisons. I'm just gonna avoid this Screamer and skip it. If I can kill the healer first though. But on Bragi we can still get 100 million damage crits, which are much better than Keela. So Keela is still weaker than Bragi, for example, I think. With Conrad you can be kind of immortal, keep spamming meteors and keep healing, and still do 40 million with the meteors. So even with this, Keela is still not as strong as some of the other heroes. At least the wife drain, but the wife drain on Bragi and Conrad would be also pretty nice. Let's see my damage without using my number 4. Oh, but without using my number 4, my overheat would keep exploding. So I can't keep my overheat at 100% all the time if I'm not using my number 4. Well, with this game, group content would be bad idea. Group content would be bad idea with this game because, well, there's no groups. The game is kind of dead community-wise. There's barely any people playing online, so if they focus on making the game unbeatable with solo, then yeah, no one would even wanna be trying that. Keep in mind, Chaos 6 invasions can be more difficult than this. Going into rank 50 or rank 60 invasion, even rank 40 invasion, even Chaos 6 would be more difficult than this. And again, you see, even regardless how much wife leech I've got, I can still die from some one-shot hits. Did you see that? There's no way to out-heal this, regardless how much healing you've got. So this is not OP. I mean, if you can't complete the boss, then it's not OP. And that's the easy boss. That's actually a Jabber's White, which doesn't have this one-shot AoE aura. It doesn't have the stun skill either. I think it only has the tail whip that the Mutilid has. Still though, I mean I can still do it. But yeah, that's some OP damage stacking that I'm getting. I don't think with the blaze set I could do the same thing. With the blaze set I was dying much more because I didn't have this 25% damage reduction from the anvil set. So definitely this set is the better option. And now I will start experimenting with counterattack based damage to see if I can get more. Oh, Fiery Ring of Tori, please be a good one. Griffith, Path of Exile or Diablo makes me wanna puke my guts. So yeah, I'm not gonna try Path of Exile or Diablo. I'd rather play this game and play it solo than play Path of Exile or Diablo. I'm not playing the games because they're popular or because everyone else is playing them. I'm playing games because they suit what I like in a game. They don't have annoying things or have less annoying thing. So even a game like this one for me is more enjoyable than Diablo 3 and Path of Exile, which probably 95% of the player base would think otherwise. 95% of the hack and slash players would prefer playing Diablo 3 or Path of Exile compared to this game. And that's why I've been playing games like Wosen, Vast Epoch, this one, Torchlight, because I just enjoy playing those more. I'm not even sure I'm gonna like Path of Exile 2 when it comes out. Cause it's still gonna be Path of Exile, it's still gonna have the annoying things, it's still gonna have leaks and seasons, it's still gonna have XP loss on that, it's still gonna have trading where you have to spend most of your playing time either trading with others or looking for some gear in browsers. I've said it multiple times what I don't like about Path of Exile. First of all, XP was on that. Second of all, no option to opt out of the league, but still get the league content. I don't want to be competing for who reaches level 100 quickly. I just want to reach level 100 and start experimenting by respecing my build all the time. It just and also I don't like how there's a bunch of uniques that nobody uses at all in their builds. So there's like 20-30 meta builds every league and that's it. The rest is just trash builds. So the game is forcing me into playing skills that I don't wanna play. It's forcing me into playing builds that I don't wanna play. And if you want to be doing labyrinth, you want a specific build. So not every build can do all types of content, and I don't like that. I don't like making the build being part of the game. I like testing, experimenting builds and all of that, but I like to make sure that every single build can be viable with the right passives. Every single skill, let's say, not build. So I'm not saying this game has this. I'm just showing people right now how bad some of the things in this one are. So what did I want to test? Oh yeah, I wanted to get some. I wanted to get some counterattack damage and see how that would work out for me. So with counterattack damage, what would change? Let's try piece by piece. 71,000. So let's bless one piece of equipment. This is 71,000 and this percent damage here is 41. So with one piece of equipment for counterattack damage, let's take for example what has the lowest damage number. Let's take the chest piece. It's not the lowest damage number, but So this went 10%. This went up by 10%, but my damage here went down by 4000. But, and that's a big but by the way, this damage here does not reflect the damage there. So is this Q even working, is what I'm asking myself now. Oh, this is explosion damage. No wonder, this is just not good. This is just explosion damage. This though, this also got a boost from the counter attack. So this is 26% more damage based on counter attack damage. So I have some room to add another skill here. Now that I figured out I don't need the counter attack stuff. What if I use this one? Need more crits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 to get 30. 7, 8, 9. Actually have only 4 points left. This went to 30%. Let's use this. And now I want to use this. More damage reduction. Six. Just checking if that changes things. 70. All right, let's do it. Let's go and see how this goes. I think there are many games that don't have the things I mentioned. It's not about the things the process. It's about the minuses. There are already plenty of games that don't have the things that Path of Exile and Diablo have that I don't like about them. For example, for Diablo I don't like the endless Paragon levels and the endless Rift levels. People who are botting and who are sharing their accounts can reach further in the leaderboards that way. And there's a lot of people botting in Diablo 3. There's many games that don't punish you when you die. There's also many games that don't force you into playing just the meta builds for every content. This game is a perfect example. You don't need to be playing meta build to be getting the best gear. I mean, yeah, with a meta build or with a strong build you would be doing the best content, but you don't need to be doing the best content in this game. Whereas with Path of Exile, you can do bosses without a good build, like without a meta build. You can do Labyrinth without a meta build. And just the whole game as a general, there's something about it that just feels off, feels wrong. Especially that thing where you have to be, where you don't have in-game trading. You don't have an in-game auction house, so you have open trading where people can sell items and resources for real money, which they do. Path of Exile, the same way like Wilson has black market of people selling stuff for real money. So yeah, I'm a big fan of the Diablo type of trading. Diablo 3's trading is what I like. It's one of the few things I like about the game, but at least they did that right. They did that right, so there's no black market of people selling items for real money. Because popular games, Warzone is the perfect example of how a new game on launch already had people selling items for real money and exploiting that whole idea. Just checking the damage, 287. So I'd much rather make content for a game like this one, even though there's probably gonna be just a few people watching the content. But at least it's something that I enjoy making the content for. I enjoy making builds in this game. Every time there's something new, I come back to it and test the new stuff. Path of Exile 2 seems like a decent game, but it's still gonna have the things I don't like about the first one. Vast Epoch is also gonna be doing some sort of nice way of trading. It's gonna have an auction house where you can put your items for a price, not real money, just in-game money. You can put your items for a price, and the buyer would be paying some fees depending on how much time is left on the purchase. So people would be bidding for items there, but the closer it is to expiring the listing, the bigger the price, the bigger the bid would need to be, the bigger the fee would need to be that you're gonna pay if you end up winning the bid. So not think whether this is giving me much better damage. But it's just one item that is giving me counter attack damage, so I can't tell. I'm gonna need to check some numbers though. I'm gonna need to check some numbers with the other skill, because it's easier to tell with the other skill. 13 million. Let's see again. 42 million. I'm just trying to see differences in the hits. 42 million, 35. So 42 seems to be my highest. I'm gonna go ahead and change all my items, or maybe not all, but let's change another 4 items for counter-attack damage and see whether that increases the number. Just trying to figure out whether this counter-attack damage buff I'm getting from more Grim is better than going flat damage. Because when I'm going for counter-attack damage, I'm actually going for more HP as well, which is nice in its own way. Let's see if I can get something higher than 42 million. Kind of can't get them inside the circle for that test. 45 million, okay, so 49 million, okay. And by the way, yeah, you can see I don't even need to be using excavation. But yeah, this 40 million is still nowhere near as strong as a Bragi with getting 80, 90, 100 million damage. before the patch even. Okay. But let's say roughly the max I can do without the circle just now you saw was 21 million without the circle. But the XP on this difficulty is nice. 46 million. So probably the excavation would be my emergency healing skill when I decide to make this counter-attack based setup. Show me a bigger hit. I want to see if I can get the damage to 50 million with the current items. I'm not gonna be changing items, just the blessings in them to make sure the calculations and the testing is right. If I can get more damage by going full counter attack, it's gonna be perfect. I can even test it on this map. 36%. Wait, this is too high to lose it. 3,900. Such a high damage roll, I don't want to lose it in case I have to revert back. So let's change a bunch just to see what the changes would bring. 3,976, 3,700. Okay, I can lose this one. This one doesn't give me that much flat damage. 4,000, 4,000. Wow, I've been getting some good rolls on some of the items. So now my damage without the stacks is much lower. With the stacks as well. With the stacks here it was 2,087. 287,000 is what we had before. Yeah, the hits seem lower. Oh, and there goes the one-shot aura. And now this enemy is gonna be impossible unless I kill some little guys to build some stacks. Okay. Look at the bleeding, doing 9 damage only. Wow. Kind of stuck. Come on. See, once you die, it's super hard to bounce back on this class. On other classes, you can bounce back immediately. Because this one is so dependent on stacks to survive, to get that damage reduction. It's just funny.
Metal run through your veins.
Come on.
By the fire of the forge.
But I do think the damage is lower now. But that's without this thing in the mix.
Through your veins.
Oh shit, my cat is puking. My pet is puking hairballs. Let's try the boss now. Let's try the boss now.
Burned by the fire of the forge.
Okay. It's hard to see the damage numbers. Okay, let's bail out, and then I'm gonna start a new map and keep testing to see if I can get better numbers. I think with counterattack damage we're getting less.
The molten metal run through your veins.
Because yeah, you can see this supposedly gives me 60 extra damage with the counterattack I've got right now. So from 20,000 I went to 59,000. And from 20% to 60% counterattack damage, so yeah, not sure how good that would be for me. Anything I can sell. And I've got 5 items I think with counterattack. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 items with counterattack out of 10. And it does seem like the hits are less. Let's do another lesser map. And Corn again, just so I can be fighting the same enemies. And yeah, Bragi can still do 100 million jumpy jumps, probably even better. I can change to Bragi just to see. He should be doing better, because everyone got boosted. And now there's Y-Leech, so with Bragi and the Y-Leech he should be super strong. Probably getting 60-70 million won't be too difficult without min-maxed items. Because my Bragi, after I lost my items, my Bragi never was as strong as before. But I could still do like 40, 50, 60 million sometime. Solo, that is. But in general, enemies got nerfed and players got buffed all over. So Every character should be stronger than they were before. Yeah, I don't think I can get higher than 47, 48, 49 million. Still gonna try. I'm still gonna try and get higher crits. And after this map I'm gonna give my pet some food and clean his puke from the floor. I think he's done with puking hairballs. So yeah, I'm not seeing the high numbers now. And I doubt it's gonna be better if I keep losing damage, flat damage, and keep getting counterattack. Just doesn't seem like it's gonna be worth it. But Bragi now, Bragi is much stronger. Do you know why Bragi is much stronger? Because new items after this update can give you almost twice the counterattack, which means almost twice the crit damage Bragi gets. This in general should be a huge boost for Bragi, just the counter-attack damage on items, on armors being higher. So from blessings you can still get up to 2.5 per item, but on the item itself when it drops, you can see this one gives me 1600. Before I could get 800-900 maybe on a green item, so this by itself is a huge boost for Bragi. So the crit monster, unless they nerfed the passive, I can go and check. After this one, as I said, I'm gonna take 5 minutes or so just to clean the floor and give my pet some food, and then I can walk on Bragi and just see how this changes. Of course, I don't have new items on him, so I'm gonna have to farm every single item all over on Bragi, because the old items remained the same. So your Bragi is not gonna be stronger right away, but it has potential to be stronger. Wait, why can't I? Oh, I don't have energy. Okay, I was wondering why I can't use my... See? Healing won't help you against one-shots when you don't have damage reduction. No matter how much you're healing. Thankfully he didn't one-shot this time. Yeah, I don't think I can get as high crits as I could before. It's gonna be difficult, but let's activate it and check. Even when they're outside of the circle, I'm not doing 15. And I managed to do 21 outside the circle before. So I think 37 is what I'm doing, and I did 49 before. Okay, 41. Was that 41 I saw? Or am I seeing things? Because of the turret it's a bit difficult to check the damages, but some numbers are easy to see. Alright, let's keep moving.
By the fire of the forge.
$34. Can I get the 40? Oh, that was without. Oh, never mind. It is with the 400 crit.
By the fire of the forge.
One thing's for sure, I'm seeing less 40s, if at all, so counterattack damage is a bust. Definite bust. Don't go for counterattack damage, and don't go for using this one. I'm probably gonna see better damage if I quickly swap my god skill to the basic version. So let's do it before we're done testing.
Fire of the forge.
With this one I'm not supposed to be getting any counterattack bonus damage, so I'm just checking the number if it's lower. Still seeing those 8 million hits. Oh, and that's without the 4 turret buff. Okay, 4 turret buff.
By the fire of the forge.
So what is the difference between the two? One of them gives me another 60% and it's 40, the other one is just 30. This one is only physical damage, but this is physical, so it should benefit from it. The other one is to all types of damage. I think I'm getting less damage with this compared to the other, so maybe that counterattack damage actually does work. Just not enough to make up for the lost flat damage by going counterattacking the items. I wish there were dummies in the town. It would have been so much better to have a damage dummy in the town. Dummies that can attack you for 1 damage, so they can proc your things that proc when getting hit or things like that. So something like if you're standing right next to it, it's doing damage like fire aura, poison aura, etc. Anything, just to keep damaging you, but to also be invulnerable, and so you can see what damage you're doing to it. And to have three or four different types. One of them basic enemy, one of them champion with more armor, one of them maybe a boss dummy, but it's still a dummy. It's still not a real actual boss in the town. Just a dummy with the properties of a boss. For different types of armor, so you can test armor piercing and things like that. Angel Strike Helm. Another one. Yeah, the damage is definitely lower. with this compared to with the other version. This is 28 million with this one. And I think I saw a 31 earlier. Oh, that boy dead.
By the fire of the forge! By the fire of the forge!
Just testing the damage on the little guys, because it's easy on them. I'm gonna go for the boss after a little bit more testing. Well, now it's just the boss left. So 29 million with this. Most I think I saw was 31, 32. With this one, let's see.
By the fire of the forge!
Come on, circle. Fuck the circle. Missed it. I'm gonna put the turrets away from the boss because they're messing with my damage numbers. I know the turrets give me survivability when I'm near them, but I don't want that right now. Circle, come on. Okay, let's just kill the boss, fuck it. I'm just gonna kill the boss and test the damage on some other enemies. Oh, I need to activate this. $32 without them being in the circle. Is that real? 35. Or maybe he was in the circle when I started attacking, but not in the circle when he got hit. And that's how it calculated the damage. Still, it was better, and we tested it earlier and I got 40 something without the counter attack. Now I kind of messed up my items because I don't think I'm gonna be able to return them to the damage they had before. So for now, let's see what's the lowest number of counter attack damage and remove it first. 2332, 2308. Okay, I think that would work. Can do 4 more items out of 5 remaining. What else was counterattack? This was counterattack and 2 more items. This is 5-3, this is... Okay, 1 more. Just gonna keep the one with the highest counterattack for now. But yeah, at least I know. Counterattack just doesn't work well. This one also didn't seem to give me good bonus, so there's other things we can take there. This one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 for 30. 12 for another 60. This one 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, it's the same. It is the same. Melee attacks and explosive have a chance to stun enemies. Extra damage over time. Wondering whether this damage over time applies to excavation. Probably doesn't. This is for 30, 20 seconds. Okay, let's see if I were to take this one, and then I've got 7 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Can't get only 30% crit. 4, 5, 6, 7. So I can get 6 for the crit damage and damage to champions and armor piercing, or I can I could do something like this. Damage bonus to champions and some cooldown reduction maybe. Super difficult. Oh, damage reduction to champions. This one is worth it. Okay. Maybe that one. Wait, where is the turret? The turret stuff. This is the turret stuff. Yeah, I'd rather grab that one. Let's try again. See what damage numbers I get now. Trying to get the damage over 50 million without changing my items, just the blessings. And this is the damage of heavy pounding that I'm trying to upgrade. Let's start spamming turrets for crits. 49 million. Can we push it over 50? Come on, push it over 50. And as I said, I need 5 minutes AFK. Just 5 minutes and I'm gonna be back. I'm gonna clean this mess in the room, feed the pet, and I'm gonna start the BRB screen. So 5 minutes, maybe less, and I'm gonna be returning. Thank you. Clean the mess, fed him. So I'm gonna quickly finish this map and then check on Bragi, Axebiter on the Slayer, how it goes with him. One shots. See, Wife Leech won't help you against one shots. I've been saying that, so Wife Leech might be a bit overpowered on some skills like this excavation, but if you get one shot, it's not gonna help you. That's why you need damage reduction to go along with. Oh, I think I just saw a 50 million hit. Or is that 5 next to another 0 from another one? One thing's sure, counter-attack damage is much crappier than going for the regular damage. Although I changed the passives a bit as well, for more damage to champions and damage reduction. Okay, I'm not gonna bother with the screamer, he's just gonna waste my time and not drop an item. Oh, never mind, he decided to drop an item. Alright, but it's a Stonebreaker. Still it's a green, Good call to go back and kill it. That screamer. I think 2 of the items I got today were from screamers actually. So just one test. Let's remove this and use the basic one and see if I can still get 48, 49 million as I do without that one with the stronger one. No, no, no. Fuck. Those stuns. I think I got stunned by the Chaosbane. Okay, just this one left. Oh, Fiery Ring of Tori, I want that one. Even though it's red, it could be great. Red ring with perfect stats is still gonna be better than a green one with just 2 good stats. Not gonna be as good for each stats number, but if it's only good stats. Okay, next. Yeah, the XP at Chaosbane is so nice. I think they rebalance the Chaos levels, because this Chaos 10 right now feels like the old Chaos 8 in regards to how much damage they're doing, but we do have more damage reduction. This up to 40% damage reduction from pallet armor is something that makes every character stronger. Of course, you have to find room for it and sacrifice some stuff to get it. But Hero of the Desert is what I'll be sacrificing on most of my old builds. To get 40% damage reduction, up to 40% damage reduction instead of 10% of everything. Damage, counterattack, HP, crit, etc. Okay, so I went every way except the right way. So now I have to go there. But this corroder really is so random. Why are the flame turrets doing sometime 80k and next hit 3 mil? Cause I guess that's their crits probably, I don't know. Oh, the 80k is the burning. The 80k is the burning, the damage over time. But I think the direct hit is the one that can be 3 mil. Also, sometimes those million hits may not be the turret but my explosion when I overheat. Although I don't think I should be exploding with this skill. Not sure. Not really sure what's going on there. What's happening? Let's see. Let's just use the turrets. Let's just use the turrets and see what the damage is. But I think the turrets can crit, just it's still a yellow number. So sometimes 800,000, sometimes 200. It also depends on some of my procs. You see, I've got a lot of procs. You're doing 20k? Well, there's something with your build. Of course I've got better gear though. But you see, now I'm seeing 7 million. Earlier just saw 7 million, but that 7 million was my explosion, it was not the turret, I think. It's weird. Hi there. Is that a Japanese name or a Chinese name? It looks like Japanese, but I might be wrong. I don't know how to pronounce it. Welcome to my YouTube. And what are you using on your turrets for passives and what items? Also, look at my damage here. My damage here is 288 and that's 758 crit. So keep that in mind. Yeah, I'm just gonna show you how I do it with just turrets so you can see. 6 million. So you can see the numbers. So they're probably critting, and the crit is supposed to be 758% of the regular hit. Chinese name. Alright, nice. Yeah, I'm bad at telling the hieroglyphs, so that's why I asked just to make sure I don't mistake the country. So you are from China or from Taiwan or... That's nice, that's nice. Nice to see that someone is watching from there, or at least has a name in the language. Is that Mandarin or is it the other Chinese? I know there was like different versions of Chinese. In my old job, once I had to, not once, twice, I had to do a catalog in Chinese. Advertising catalog for our products. And I had to do them in different languages. I had the translations ready, I just had to put them in place. It was not me writing them, I was just placing the correct stuff in the correct places. But it was weird. Definitely nice. I remember when I was little and I was going through my father's hometown. At my father's hometown, I was going through his stuff. I found some Chinese language student books, because he knew and still knows, I think, 7 languages or something like that. Not sure, but I think Chinese was one of those. I found his I'm not sure how to call it, his books in the language that he used to study. You're a PS4 player and you're from Taiwan, nice. Yeah, there's a lot of console players recently in the game, which is not bad. And it's good, good that this game at least is getting some community on console. Are you enjoying Keela? And by the way, how to call you? Could you write how to call you when I'm talking to you, just to distinguish when I'm talking to one viewer and another? Because I don't know how to pronounce this. so this is a bit, yeah, it's gonna be nice to know how to call you. And keep in mind that there's some delay, so there will be some delay between you typing and me replying and you hearing my reply. So after this I'm gonna go on Bragi. Look at this long map. This is one of the longest maps ever that I could get. It's not allowing me to use my melee attack. Now I can, but earlier I couldn't. Something's wrong. Did you see that? Did you just see that? It was attacking, but it wasn't really. There was no sound and there was no explosion, just the animation of Keela swinging. Just now that happened few times again. So what sort of a bug is this? See, oh, that happens when I'm in this aura, I think. When I'm in the green aura, my attacks are just not landing on the ground. My hammer attacks. See again, keeps happening. Not every attack lands. Is that new animation for missing a hit when an enemy dodges, the whole attack doesn't go through? Or is it just some wagging on my end? Although I'm not playing online right now, I haven't gone online, so that's kind of strange. And it just happened right now, it was not happening before. Right, those are weird. I'm not sure what happened, but it keeps happening. And now my basic attack doesn't want to attack every time. So sometimes I have to re-click the same enemy, so it looks like it's spinning, but it's not hitting the enemies and it's weird. PS4 doesn't have the second skill tree. Are you sure you've got the DLC? The second skill tree is from a DLC. God Skills DLC. If you don't have that DLC, if you don't have the Seasons pack or the Magnus edition, you're not gonna have it. But yeah, the second God Skill tree is not for free. So you either need to have the Seasons pass, or the DLC separately, or the Magnus Edition, which includes the Seasons Pass. I'm not sure how it is on PS4, but that's how it is on PC. Right, finally got that one. But I'm not sure what's happening with my attack. Look at that. I'm hitting the ground, but it's not doing the animation. Like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Out of 6, it only hit once. So, new bug in the game. Perfect. Just amazing. And look at how weak the Bloodlust thing is. I wish the Bloodlust thing would get boosted by our damages, because it just doesn't. Do you see that? How she's swinging, but the attacks are not proccing every time. Now they're proccing. Okay, that's weird. But it's not using my energy. Again. That's so messed up, so broken. And now my basic attack with the healing, this one didn't proc. Well, it was fine until some minutes ago, then suddenly it stopped working. Suddenly, and this is weird because I'm not playing online, so it looks like it's a whack, but it's not whack. So every time I swing, it's supposed to hit, but it doesn't. So now even the excavation gets glitched. I still don't know, but they somehow are. Gwaint, what's your damage? For example, what damage do you do with your turrets? Look at that, now it's not... I can't hit. What's happening? Why can't I hit? And I'm playing offline, so things like this should be happening only when playing online. It looks like it's lagging, and sometimes the game is catching up to the whack and starts getting super fast. The same way when you have problems with some online games. Definitely not online. It just doesn't want to hit. You can see it just doesn't want to hit on the ground. Even my turrets don't get summoned. Do you see that? How many turrets I placed on the ground and they're not starting to attack? So whatever's happening, it's messing with my game. Look at that. I'm using the turret and finally it started attacking. I used so many turrets and they just don't attack. How did my game get so broken suddenly? And if my attacks don't go off, how am I supposed to beat this enemy? See, this one didn't go through. Okay, now this one did. Well, this is the most broken map I've played. I'm not sure if it's the map or whether just something glitched my game in general, but it's impossible to complete this map like that if my attacks don't go off.
Burn by the fire of the forge.
Is it because some... Wow, look at this. Look at this. This is just great. Everything is broken. My whole hero is broken. So I'm not sure what managed to break the game, but something did. You can see I'm putting turrets on the ground. The turrets are not attacking. Do you see the turrets on the ground? 1, 2, 3 turrets. It's like I'm playing online, but the... Let me check something. I'm gonna check my task manager just to see what could be happening. If there's anything using network or CPU, GPU. Yeah, my usage is 41% CPU usage total from all apps. And 58 memory, and my GPU is 66, so it's not like my PC is getting strained. I don't have any weird processes at the background, so I think I somehow managed to break the game by accident. Not even sure how. Do you see that? It's just not counting my attacks. Did you just see what happened? It walked for a second, it froze, and then it ported me super quickly to some other place. And now it just doesn't wanna leech HP. It's like I'm playing online, but the server is lagging. That's what it feels like right now. Right, what if I really go online? Could it get fixed? No, it doesn't get fixed.
By the fire of the forge.
This is the worst map ever. Why did it suddenly break? I mean, if I knew why it's broken, I could report it, but this is so broken that I can't even tell what's going on. My skills are not attacking, my turrets are not attacking, nothing is just working. Fuck, can't do anything. Well, this just sucks. How am I supposed to finish this map? Alright, I'm gonna start a new map. I can't leave it at that. I need to complete a map before going to the other character. But before that, I'm gonna restart the game quickly. So let me start the game again just to see if things get better. Preparing to launch Chaosbane. It still doesn't launch it. I could try and launch the game without using Steam. Oh no, never mind, it launched. Because it's easy to launch the game without Steam, just through the executable. And by the way, to the person on YouTube, I still don't know how to call you, but yeah, 109 does not allow you to play Chapter 5. Chapter 5 is paid. You have to pay for Chapter 5. You have to buy the Tom King's DLC, or you have to buy the Magnus Edition, which includes a Season Pass, or you have to buy a Season Pass separately, which includes all the DLCs. So Chapter 5 and the second God skills, you will not get those for free. Those are paid content. So some of the things from Tom King's and some of the things from the other DLCs, you cannot access those unless you buy them. This is kind of how it is. So don't expect to get Chapter 5 until you buy it, or until you buy a Seasons Pass that gives you all DLCs. Like, if someone really enjoys the game and thinks they're gonna spend a lot of time playing it, I do suggest getting the Season Pass. If you think you would be returning every time there's a new DLC and you wanna save money on DLCs and buy all of them at once. And the Season Pass gives you access to all future DLCs as well. And there is a Bragi build. You can look a Bragi crit monster on my channel. Bragi crit monster should be able to give you stuff. I'm gonna show you the build in a second. I just wanna complete one map, making sure that the game is not broken. It's still broken. It is still broken, I think. I think something happened and I'm not sure what. See my... okay, never mind. Now it works. Now it works. Now my turrets are actually doing damage. Okay, so it's not really that broken. But still, earlier not sure what happened. My turret stopped doing damage and it was weird. So yeah, I'm just testing now to see the damage of the turrets like earlier. It does 2 million, 3 million, 4 million, 5 million. Builder Sabaton. So yeah, I'm gonna finish this map and then I'm gonna show you what to do on Bragi. Basically, you want the pass. Oh, actually, on Bragi you can't do it. You cannot do it. You cannot do the crit monster on Bragi without the second God skill tree. And I can try and make a build for you that's without that, but you're robbing yourself of so much damage if you're not using the crit monster setup. But I can go on Bragi and test and find a build for you there. So But basically you're losing a lot of crit damage that comes from counterattack damage from Bragi if you don't have the second God skill tree. But there are still ways to get damage on him even without that tree. It's just not gonna be as much, but I will try and find you something that works.
By the fire of the forge! Burn by the fire of the forge!
So not sure what bug was happening earlier, but it was amazing bug. Something I've never seen in the game since it launched. Where my skills are just not landing, my turrets are not attacking. Like things were just broken completely. Okay.
Fire of the forge!
Let's see, the boss should be pretty close, if I'm not mistaken. I think the boss is up there maybe.
By the fire of the forge!
Or maybe that's gonna be the chest. Yeah, it's the chest zone without a chest even this time.
Burn by the fire of the forge! Burn by the fire of the forge!
But yeah, I'm really not sure why the turrets are doing so much damage, Gwained. It's kind of weird. I'm gonna test later on the turret build whether it does that much damage as well. But on the turret build it's not flame, it's not fire. It has burning when they're close to it, but it's not the same flamethrower one. It's just rockets, a machine gun and a little bit of burning when the enemies are next to the turret with the turret set. So the turret set kind of makes it 3 in 1, but the fire one is kind of not exactly the same.
Burn by the fire of the forge!
Okay, let's keep moving. The boss is here. Ah, fuck. He knocked me back and I couldn't wife leech. Just when I was about to wife leech. And now my defense stacks are gone. Ah, fucking hate it when this happens. When I die right when I had all the stacks built. Now I have to kind of build my stacks again.
By the fire of the forge! Burn by the fire of the forge!
25 stacks, come on, Come on, hit me more, hit me more. Well, they don't want to hit me more, so I'm just gonna go for the kill.
Burn by the fire of the forge.
I'm wondering if the turrets count as melee attack. Maybe this flamethrower counts as a melee attack on the turret and that's why it's getting that much damage. Because this build has a ton of damage for melee attacks.
Burn by the fire of the forge.
But I don't think so. I don't think it does count like as one. But let's see. Let's go on Bragi now, just to see how much damage I can get on Bragi. And I'm gonna try and do a build without the counter-attack based stuff, but it's gonna be tough. Bragi. Wait, what's missing? What set am I using right now? So I don't have the best gear. You can see my crit chance is not as high as I might want it to. But let's remove that crit chance and let's... Oh, I haven't completed the damn story. I've not completed the damn story to get the padded armor. And why have I got deep gashes? Dead bow, okay, that's my regular setup. So this is fighting spirit. This is what I'm talking about being the super high damage for Bragi. And you can see my items right now. This is 580 counterattack damage, but if you get a counterattack damage armor, it can go up to 1000 to 300. So that's almost twice, even more than twice if you get something good. So counterattack damage got boosted, so all items can be stronger and give you better results. So on Bragi, let's go to Chaos 8 first. I wanna check the damage on something easy. And then I can change the build and try and find you something that doesn't use counter-attack damage. So I don't have enough cooldown reduction apparently, as you can see. Cooldown reduction, where is it? 47.6, which is kind of low for a Bragi. This is not as much. You can see 46 million crits without properly optimized setup. And this can go stronger, this can go stronger. But this is the build for Bragi that used to be super strong before and probably still is now. Even my basic attacks do like 5 million. 3 million just now. 6 million basic attacks. 7 million. 7 million basic attacks. So you can see even basic attacks are strong on him. And this is Chaos 8, so it's not something that easy. So unlike Keela, he's a bit fast. A bit might be an understatement. He's super fast. And his AoE is much better than Keela's AoE. All you need on him is a lot of cooldown reduction so you can spam those jumps. But as I said, you're losing a lot of damage if you don't have the DLC. The Tom King's DLC. Not the Tom King's. Actually, you don't even need the Tom King's DLC. You just need the what's its name? The God Skills DLC. If you have the God Skills DLC, you're not gonna have this if you don't have Tom Kings. But that's it. That's the only thing you're losing from the Tom Kings for this build. But you do need this thing here, Fighting Spirit Mastered and some extra counter-attack damage. All the counter-attack damage on Bragi is on that side. I don't think there's much counter-attack damage you can get on the other side. So in general, this build works well with some counter-attack. Like I'm using, I think, 2 pieces of equipment with... Oh, this is not blessed even. Now I'm gonna have to bless it later. I don't have the blessings right now for it. But I was using... actually I can bless for counter-attack. I think only 2 pieces of counter-attack blessed items. Okay, 1, 2, 3 pieces. 3 pieces for counter-attack, the rest are for damage and HP. So ideally I would want this chest piece to be damage and HP as well. I think 3 pieces is one of the best combos you can make. But for now I'm gonna get another one with counter-attack, because at least it's better than nothing. And you can see now my crit here went higher, went to 1510 crit damage, but this is when I've got maximum rage. Maximum rage gives me 25,000. This axe gives you 10,000, not 25,000. It gives you 10,000 counter-attack damage, because that's 20 stacks of 500. Rage also lasts for longer now, by the way, from what I remember. So rage dissipates slower. And with this build I had difficulties before on Chaos 8, and now I didn't do any changes, so they definitely made things easier on Chaos 8. I think Chaos 8 and 7 became easier, and Chaos 9 probably is as strong as the old Chaos 7, and Chaos 10 is as strong as the old Chaos 8. That's kind of how things feel to me. Because before I had difficulties doing Chaos 8 with the survivability. I mean, I still did damage, but it was a bit difficult to survive, and I didn't change anything. So let's try and find you something without this crit damage. Without this crit damage, how would I do a build? I can tell you it's gonna be a bit tough, because we used to have some good stuff before, but first of all you're gonna be going here. Because that's the crit damage you can get, 180 crit damage. then you're gonna be getting this cooldown reduction, and now you need more cooldown reduction and damage and crit damage. So now what you need is a little bit more cooldown reduction if you can get it. So there's some here, and if you want you can even go down there for more. I think they removed it. Yeah, they removed the cooldown reduction there. And this cooldown reduction used to be there before the Tomb Kings. So for now the best thing you can get is probably a little bit more HP. Or armor piercing, but armor piercing reduces the cooldown. I would suggest against doing this. So yeah, I'm advising don't take this armor piercing for cooldown on a build that heavily depends on you being spammy with the cooldowns. This reduces the damage over time and gives you HP. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. This reduces the energy. I guess it doesn't matter, but with this you're taking HP on the way, with this you're taking armor on the way. 3 pieces of armor. So maybe take this and then you can get some champion damage reduction and since it's just this god skill 3, you don't have much options now. You can get maybe some energy to negate this was here if you need it. I mean, or maybe just get some more HP, cause why not? Now let's see how this works. And you're gonna be using Spite Smite. Health threshold 30. I prefer using this one, honestly. So this is probably gonna be the build you wanna be using on Bragi. Let's do a grand map maybe. Cooldowns, if a map has increased cooldowns, you wanna reroll it. Anything that increases your cooldowns, you wanna avoid it. So you can see the damage is not gonna be 50 million like you saw earlier. First of all, because I've got my armor upgraded for counterattack damage. And I'm not anymore benefiting from the bonus crits from it. So I'm gonna be surprised if I even see 30 million damage with this. Until I fix the blessings. But you're still gonna be okay, I think, for Chaos 8 with this, as long as you can survive. So 23 million, okay, that's fine, not too bad. 28 million, but as I said, you don't want counterattack damage. That means Grudge Holder right now is kind of useless for us. I wanna see if I can die from Forge Heart. Forge Heart used to be great, but it could kill me. Forge Heart could one-shot me. It was buggy because when I get bleeding with the Forge Heart, I'm inflicting that fire damage to myself somehow, and somehow I ended up killing myself multiple times before. So let's use the Forge Heart now, see how it goes. So yeah, with Bragi I can tell you there's a lot of stuff to do on him. But you can see the damage is so much lower. Let's just see, the basic attacks could do up to 7 million. Now they do 4 million. My basic attacks. 3-4 million from 5, 6, 7 before. Overall, a lot of things have been rebalanced, and I'm thinking Laceration builds would be much stronger now with Wife Leech. The thing is, I don't have Wife Leech because this is my old gear. I don't have... it's the first time I'm playing a map after the update on one of the characters that is not Keela. But this is how you might wanna make the passives on Bragi. This is how you might want to have the passives on Bragi for a build that is not using the second god skills. Again, you're losing a lot of damage, so you're doing probably almost twice as little. But with it's not gonna be that bad. It's not gonna be that bad if I change the blessings on 1, 2, 3, 4 items. So 4 items can have extra damage and it's gonna be fine. It's not gonna be that big of a loss. I'm assuming it's gonna be maybe 20% less damage. So instead of 50, I'm gonna be doing 40 million. It's not so bad. But mind you, I've got green items, so it's gonna be much more different on your end with red items and maybe some other stuff. But you want Fiery Ring of Tori for cooldowns or Siege Breaker for cooldowns. They boosted the Siege Breakers, so Siege Breakers are actually strong now. But you have to be getting Blood Orbs, so that's why I prefer Fiery Ring of Tori. And then you want Mountain Pendant. And Ring of Resonance is also nice. Instead of the Forge Heart, you could also use Impatient One for speedrunning. You could use Bruised Ego as well, or you could even use Heart Seeker or Insatiable. But I'd suggest instead of Insatiable, probably getting Bruised Ego. Ultimate Carnage you definitely want though. This is the best axe ever. Ultimate Carnage goes well with Grudge Holder when you're using counterattack. If you're not using counterattack, Forge Heart or Impatient One. Impatient One, you just need to be killing enemies quicker. I'm gonna show you. Cooldown reduction 12%. This doesn't have the cooldown reduction. Oh no, that's not the one. The name is wrong. There was another axe that reduces that increases the damage. I don't have it here. It's in my warehouse. It's not Impatient One. Victor's Tribute, that's what it's called. So you might wanna use Victor's Tribute. It gives you bonus damage after killing an elite, if I remember correctly. But the Impatient One is good for speedrunning because after you kill elite, you can immediately recast. You can recast the Strike of the Anvil if you don't have good cooldown on it. Wait, which way do I need to go? Oh, this is BS. Why did I come back if that's not the way? And they changed Was Bastion to give us more energy bonus, by the way. This is the heroic one though, so I need to check how the non-heroic one is. So you're gonna see now, I'm gonna kill this and then I can immediately cast this jump again. Did you see how I did a double jump? This is with the Impatient One. Because it gives a lot of cooldown reduction. But the Victor's Tribute is probably what you might want for extra damage if you don't have any other options. But that's for speedrunning when you can guarantee that within a few seconds you can kill another elite to keep those stacks going. I think it was 30 seconds. So you need to be killing an elite every 30 seconds. With this one it's different, but I'm gonna show you in the warehouse. So I think that pretty much gives you good information on how to build a Bragi. For the skills and actives, Spite Smite, Eternal Grudge, Deep Gashes, do this chain reaction from Invasion's Dead Blow. Hero of the Desert you don't have, so instead of Hero of the Desert, maybe use anything else like Scrolls of the Elders, or I'm gonna suggest use this. use padded armor. It's better. It's better. I just haven't completed the story of the new DLC with Bragi. But padded armor for 40 damage reduction for Chaos 10 and 9. You want that. You need that. This is the thing that Bragi needed. And he's got it now in his arsenal. Okay, let's pull them together. Grimnir boots. Let's see if it's got cooldown, not cooldown, but if it's got counter attack. It doesn't, so not that great. What's the wood quality here? 4.6 thousand. It's just testing something. The basic attack damage. Did they make this consume less energy? It seems like it's consuming less energy. So this is Bragi, and how I would build it if I didn't have the second God skill tree. I hope the person was still watching, because then then hopefully if he wasn't watching, hopefully someone else needed this information from my viewers. So I'm gonna reset this and go back to the other setup. Can't remember if that was what I had before. Yeah, that was exactly it. The 15% cooldown reduction option. And I had the grudge holder and this one and this one. So you can see now I'm gonna get 5 times 500, so 2500 extra counterattack damage. Boom. Let's get another 2500. I needed to use something to get it though. Now this goes to 1190. 1350, and from 350 it goes to 510. So each one of those 5 stacks was 5 times 500 counterattack damage, which gives us crits. So let me go back to Keela now. Although it's kind of midnight, I'm probably just gonna end it. It's midnight now. I'm gonna stream some more tomorrow, and tomorrow I should be uploading a Keela build for the turrets for the turret setup. So thanks folks for watching. Keep it cool. More tomorrow. Again, thank you for being here. Until next time, and goodbye.